welcome back to my Booktube channel. So I am again in the same clothes. I'm deciding to film all in one day, so excuse the fact that I look exactly the same. So today I want to review Paper Towns by John Green, and I read this book over the course of something like a year. It just took me so long to read, and I don't know why. It's a good book. It's not my all-time favourite book, I'm afraid, to let you know. But it's an alright book, and I love a lot of the quotes in it. I love a lot of the themes and things like that, so I wanted to get talking about this book. Okay, so the first of all, I love the character of Margot. I think she's very elusive, very much someone who's a bit like me in the sense of she kind of is trying to run away from everything. But I like that about her, and I like that she's left all these little clues and things like that. I don't necessarily know whether there's going to be spoilers or not, so I will warn you if it is. But Quentin kind of irritates me a bit because he waits so long to go and do something, but at the same time, although that irritates me because it's a book, in real life that is what we would do. So I sort of feel like there's a complex where I want it to be a book, but I want it to be real life, and it's, you know, but I love all of the adventures that they go on and things like that, and all of these friends, and some of them, you know, let them down at points, and that's how real life is. Friends let you down. All your friends are going to be sticking around you all the time, and that was something that I really liked, the fact that it was realistic in terms of friendship groups, in terms of what we would do as people, all of that. I mean, the crazy road trip at the end was a little bit not what I would do in real life because I just wouldn't have the guts to go and do that sort of thing. But basically I didn't start like highlighting and things till like nearer to the end of the book, so I feel like a bit of an idiot. But if you've read the books, hashtag spoiler alert if you haven't read the book or seen the film, then when they go off to SeaWorld and things like that, and I just think, God, that's what I'd love to do, you know, go and do something crazy, throw soap in a pond, or in a fountain, do something insane like that. So what I'm going to do to you now is, because I've got my little things, is read to you a quote that I really identified with, and it was this one. This one is, the town was paper but the memories were not, and I like that one because basically it's saying that everything around you is paper. Everything around you is there. It's not necessarily a, you know, a reality of things, and then everything that you remember is real to you, you know? Things like that. That probably didn't make any sense. It shouldn't. I'm weird. And this one really I identified with because of recent events in my life was, it's so hard to leave until you leave, and then it's the easiest goddamn thing in the world. And that to me was really interesting because it's true. It's true, we hold on to things that we shouldn't hold on to. There's a song that Carrie Underwood, is it Carrie Underwood? Yeah, it's Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood does called, or it's something like the main lines in it are "There's good in goodbye," and it's an amazing song, and I've identified with that for a little while. Just saying. But I really like that. I think that's something that a lot of people would identify with, and it's the same as anything, you know. It's like leaving senior school and going to a new one. It's so hard to leave until you do, and then you go off to university or wherever you're going, and then it's easy. Okay, let's find my next one before my battery runs out because it's flashing. Okay, so here's this one. Leaving feels good and pure only when you leave something important, something that mattered to you, pulling life out by the roots. But you can't do that until your life has grown roots. So you can't really, you know, it's like saying, if it's not something you've invested in, it's not going to be as hard of like a break. I think, you know, it's like saying we grow roots into like the ground. We do, as human beings, we do. And we then have our homes and things like that, and it's so difficult to leave these things, but when you do, it's almost like a clean slate. You have a clean break. It's like going to a new school, and it's fresh start completely. Okay, let's find my next quote. Ooh, here we go. Right, here we go. Now this one I really love. Forever is composed of nows. And it's true because there is no other time other than now. And I talk about this a lot on my other channel, so go and have a look. But basically, we don't have any other time other than now. You can think, oh, I'm going to do this in the future. You won't do it. You either do it now or you don't do it at all. Because you haven't got the past back. You can't get the past back, not unless they invent a time machine or Doctor Who turns up on your doorstep, which I'm going to highly, highly doubt. Because if anyone, Doctor Who's going to go to anyone, it will be me. But basically that's true, you know, I'm going to quote again because I quoted it on my other channel, and it's what Tom Hiddleston said in an interview. We all have 2 lives, and the second one begins when we realise we only have one. Next quote, nothing ever happens like you imagine it will. And then the next character goes, yeah, that's true. But then again, if you don't imagine, nothing ever happens at all. And it's true, but the thing is that you have to act on your dreams. My focus is going really badly at the moment. I apologise for this bad focus, it's because I'm moving around a lot. But it's true. You know, if you can have all of these dreams, but if you don't act on them, nothing's going to become of them. I think it was in this video I watched, and it was the biggest, the worst place, or like, do you know where most lost dreams are? The graveyard, because it's where people died and never did anything about them. Oh my god, focus! Thank you. It's where, you know, people have died and they've never done anything about their dreams. Go and do something about your dreams, guys. You always have the power to do whatever you want to if you only try. And I think this is the last one. Okay, here we go. I'm not saying that everything is survivable, just that everything except the last thing is. So basically, up until our last moments, up until the last minute we die, everything is doable, survivable, and makeable. We can do anything up until our very last breath, if only we have the courage to do it. That's the square, that's perfect. Now, in London there is a statue of Shakespeare in Leicester Square, and if you ever go to London or you live in London, go and have a look at it, because I think the interesting thing is that if you look up at the statue, it has a quote on it, and that quote is something that to me means a lot. And if I can find it, and it's a quotation from Twelfth Night, Act 4, Scene 2, and it says, "There is no darkness but ignorance." We're afraid of what we don't understand. We are, as human beings, afraid of what we do not understand, but we won't understand it unless we go ahead and try it. And that's what I'm going to leave with you guys today. So actually, you know, Paper Towns was really interesting, and now looking back on it, I go, actually, I wish I'd read that all in one sitting, because it was a very interesting book. I didn't, but that doesn't matter. So if you want an interesting book about life and feeling like a teenager, and sort of looking back and thinking, well, you know, growing up, because they've just finished high school, or they're about to finish high school, and I kind of identify with that at the moment, because I'm hoping to go to drama school and just waiting and seeing what happens. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, do what you want, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.